Okay, the costumes are ready and trick-or-treaters are crossing their fingers, hoping to get some big hauls candy-wise tonight, but staying safe can also help not to turn Halloween sour. That is for sure,
yeah. So joining us live now is Michael Stewart, Community Relations Consultant, Government and Community Relations for CAA. Michael, thanks so much for joining us. Nick and I both have kids at that age where we're kind of letting them go off on their own. They're running with their friends across the street. So obviously, as a parent, you're worried about what the motorists are going to be doing. So what are your tips for motorists to keep kids safe and, avoid a bad situation out there tonight?
Yeah, well, first, happy Halloween. Yes, it is an exciting time of year. And for motorists, especially tonight, it's going to be rainy, so it might be a bit darker out. Making sure that you're focusing on the road. So avoiding any distractions behind the wheel, making sure you're following posted speed limits, especially in residential areas, and making sure that your headlights are on. So making sure you're fully turning those on either 30 minutes before sunset, or even if it's starting to get rainy and it's dark out, you want to make sure that those headlights are on so you can see potential trick-or-treaters who might be running out between parked cars or who might be running to the next house. Kids are very excited this time of year, but it's also a great time to talk about road safety.
Yeah. It certainly is. And Michael, I can remember in past years when I didn't work this shift, I mean, now we drive home in the daylight. But, in my past jobs, I'm getting home 6 or 7 o'clock at night. That's kind of right around when trick-or-treaters are sort of in full force out there on the roads. It feels darker this time of year. And again, with the rain, these are some good tips here. So that's what drivers can do. But also, there's a bit of onus on parents to sort of advise their children, and also what children should be doing here. So what are the best tips there to keep the trick-or-treaters and the parents following them around safe as well?
Yeah, I always like to say that Halloween's a great opportunity to talk to your kids about road safety. So whether that's the easy reminder of just look both ways before crossing the street, making sure that they are staying on sidewalks and only crossing at marked crossings. But other things that parents can do is help make their child's costume more visible. So whether that be choosing a costume that has bright colors or has some reflective elements to it, or if you are opting for more of a darker costume, then you can maybe put a flashlight face down in the trick-or-treat bag, and that can help make them more visible while they're out trick-or-treating. But it's really important that you are reminding them to be visible, stay on the sidewalks, and looking both ways before crossing the street. We want to make sure that they're safe and that they get home to enjoy all that candy they're going to get tonight.
Yeah, and also kind of a tip for, I guess, drivers that are parked in their driveway trying to get out when you're reversing out of your driveway. Kids are just weaving in and out of sidewalks like it's kind of like a cat's cradle
it's a bit
on the
chaotic.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
So what's the kind of message for people trying to leave their homes during Halloween?
Honestly, I would say just give yourself plenty of time. Tonight is not the time to be in a rush to go anywhere. You want to make sure that driveway is clear. You don't want to be trying to rush out the door and not even thinking about things. Unfortunately, around this time of year, especially with the time change, incidents between cars and pedestrians do rise. So we really want to make sure that you're taking your time and make sure that you're looking out for those trick-or-treaters. Some of them might also be really small, so maybe don't fully rely on that backup camera. They might be running fast. So really make sure that way is clear. And again, if you can maybe get out before the trick-or-treaters start and leave yourself plenty of time, that can help keep you safe.
It's amazing, isn't it, Michael? Some people may be watching saying, well, this is just so obvious and common sense, but common sense doesn't always apply on times like this when there's that level of excitement in kids, level of stress on the parents. It can kind of lead to situations where, when your mind is here and someone else's mind is here, it can be chaotic. So these things are really important. I mean, they're important every night, but more particularly on a night like this when there's way more people out there aren't there.
Exactly, and we are creatures of habit. We're so used to things, and when there's times like Halloween or daylight saving time ending, those little things can ruin our routine and kind of throw us off. And you wouldn't think it would, but sometimes it does when we get out of our routine. So it's really important to just take that extra time, focus on the road, follow those speed limits. And if you are out walking or trick-or-treating, making sure that you're visible and staying on sidewalks and paying attention to what other vehicles are doing.
Or maybe just, don't drive today to be safe. If you can avoid driving, maybe just don't drive today. All right. Michael Stewart with CAA South Central Ontario. Thanks so much for your time and your tips today. Appreciate it. Happy Halloween.
All right. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, Michael. Okay, thank you.